Hello everyone, this is Howling Wolf here, going to give you my selections and pick fours for Santa Anita, February the 24th. It is an 8 race card, and before I give you my selections and pick fours, I'd like to remind you, please join my horse racing community. It is www.wolvesHorseRacing.ming.com. You can meet others and put your selections in the forum. Have lots of fun. We're gonna do some contests in a while, so we gotta try to have lots of fun and get this growing and see how good we can have this up too. So tell others about it. Other people that are into horse racing, tell them about it. We have lots of fun and all that. And the off days, I do some selections for the off days on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then after that we mess around just a little on other things, but all with that, we're just about horse racing and help out each other, giving selections and all that out. And I give out my selections on pick fours and sometimes some pick threes and maybe some other exotic plays too. Okay, so now to my selections. In the first race, my top selection is going to be the number 3 Macho Miss out of a Macho Uno. Morning line odds 10 to 1. Michael Bay's in the iron. In the second race, my top selection is the number 3 Orient Emperor out of Orientate. David Flores in the irons. Morning line odds 4 to 1. Excuse me. In the third race, my top selection is the number 7 Sabine Faye out of the El Prado. Mike Smith in the iron. Morning line odds 8 to 1. In the fourth race, my top selection there is the number 3 Bernita Detti out of a Unique Heat. Joe Talamo in the irons. Morning line odds 5 to 1. In the fifth race, my top selection there is the number 2 Ultra Awesome out of Awesome again. Rafael Bejarano in the irons, and that morning line odds 5 to 2. In the sixth race, my top selection there is Woojane Valley out of a Mr. Greeley. Chantel Sutherland in the irons. Morning line odds 4 to 1. And in the seventh race, my top selection there is the number 6 Zella out of Stony Atlantic. Mike Smith in the irons. Morning line odds 8 to 1. And in the eighth race, my top selection there is the number 9 Pamela out of the Terrell. Alfonso Quinones in the irons. Morning line odds 4 to 1. And now for my early pick 4 play. In the first race, I'm going with the number 2 and the number 3. The number 2 is Kiss 'Em For Me with Rafael Bejarano. Morning line odds 8 to 5. And the number 3 is Macho Miss, Macho Uno. Mike Bay's in the irons. Morning line odds 10 to 1. In the second race, I'm going 1, 3, 5. The number 1 is Elmer and Mert out of it's Silver Ghost, Silver Ghost, and Joe Talamo in the irons. Morning line odds 8 to 1. The number 3 is my top selection there. It's Orient Emperor out of Orientate. David Flores in the irons. Morning line odds 4 to 1. And the number 5 is Tiger Blitz out of a Tiger Ridge. Martin Garcia in the irons, and morning line odds 8 to 5. In the third race, I'm going 3, 6, 7, 9. And the number 3 is Rachel's Joy out of a Tisnell. Tyler Bay's in the irons. Morning line odds 9 to 2. The number 6 is Morelli out of a forestry. David Flores in the irons. Moneyline odds 5-1. The number 7 is my top side, Sabina Faye out of El Prado. Mike Smith in the irons. Moneyline odds 8-1. And the number 9 is Broken Silent out of Broken Vow. Joe Rosario in the irons. Moneyline odds 3-1. And in the fourth race, to finish with the pick 4, I'm going 2-3. The number 2 is Underground with out of a Indian Charlie, Martin Garcia in the irons. Moneyline odds 4-5. And my number 3 is my top selection, Bernardo Beneda out of a Unusual Heat, Joe Talamo in the irons. Moneyline odds 5-1, and that is a $48 ticket for the early pick 4. For the late pick 4, which starts in race number 5, I'm going 1, 2, 5, 7. The number 1 is Rev Her Up out of a Decarchi, Joe Talamo in the irons. Moneyline odds 12-1. I'm going with the number 2 also. It's Ultra Awesome, my top selection. Out of Awesome again, Rafael Bejarano in the irons. Mariana, it's 5-2. The number 5 is Multitasker out of Bertrano. Joe Rosario in the irons. Mariana, it's 8-1. Sorry for the mistakes and all that. And the number 7 is Silent Stock out of a Petitionville out of Martin Pedroza and the irons. Moneyline odds 9-5. In the 6th race, I'm going 2, 7, 8. The number 2 is my top selection, Wolgain Valley out of a Mr. Greeley, Chantel Sutherland in the irons. Moneyline odds 4-1. The number 7 is Hidden Blessing out of Orientate, Joe Rosario in the irons. Moneyline odds 6-1. And in the number 8 is Luckiest Man out of a Grand Slam, Rafael Bejarano in the irons. Moneyline odds 5-2. In the 7th race, I'm going 1-9. The number 1 is Alpha Kitten out of a Tail of the Cat, Tyler Bays in the irons. Moneyline odds 9-5. And the number 6, excuse me, it's 1-6, not 1-9. The number 6 is Zella out of a Stormy Atlantic, Mike Smith in the irons. Moneyline odds 8-1. Sorry, let me take that one. Okay, there we go. And in the 8th race, my top selection there, I'm going with the 3-9. The number 3 is Ruse on the Loose out of a Richter scale, Alex Solis in the irons. Moneyline odds 6-1. And the number 9 is Pamela, which is my top selection out of a Terrell with Alfonso Quinones in the irons. Moneyline odds 4-1, and that is also a $48 ticket. But there might be scratches, so some of these horses might not be running. So adjust your tickets from when it's post time. And remember, when you're cashing with the wolf, it's howling time. Let's make some money and good luck.